All right, Assalamu alaikum, everyone. So we are going to get started with our business venture competition in just a few moments. We're going to make sure everyone is here. Let's just give everyone a minute to filter in.
Yeah, I'm just waiting on, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, okay, cool. I just got in. All righty. Assalamu alaikum.
Can all the competitors please turn their video on? Who's the moderator for Miss NJ on this in this call?
Okay, Assalamu alaikum. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started with our business venture competition. I'm going to be taking attendance and making sure all of our groups are here. Give me just one moment to make sure everyone is where they're supposed to be.
Sarah, are they going to all pitch in front of each other and do their interviews in front of each other?
Yeah, just like it has been in past competitions, everyone is just going to be going with each other. Everyone gets to see what everyone's doing.
Okay, thanks.
In just one moment, I'll make sure everyone is here. All right, so do we have team Z1QLT here? You guys can unmute and just let me know if you're here.
What school is that?
Z1QLT is the team ID, or sorry, HT1F0.
Also,
Sorry.
just a heads up, the question you guys had about the early submission, it's not going to be a problem anymore because we're going to stick with the first two.
All right, so
Okay, so the third person isn't presenting anymore?
No, they're not.
okay, so I'm just going to announce your missed ID. Tell me if you're here. HT1FO2ZC9M. Are you here? Actually, I think I can take attendance just by making sure everyone looks like they're here. Give me one moment. I'm just checking if everyone is.
Two companies. You want me to just ask if they're all here?
Yeah.
Is ServeU here? Raise your hand if you're ServeU.
That's me, Artozo.
Okay, and then if you're Revert, raise your hand.
All right, I think actually I've just checked and everyone is here. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So let's have the first group that you mentioned, Gia, go ahead and present their business venture project.
I have a question.
Yep, go ahead.
Who are the judges?
Oh, Sorry, I forgot to have the judges introduce themselves. Can our judges go around and just say their name and where they work and anything they'd like to say?
Yeah, go ahead first. Gia?
Okay. Yeah,
Okay,
I can
thank
go
you.
first. All right. Assalamualaikum, everybody. My name is Gia. I will be one of your judges for today. I competed in Miss when I was in high school and also helped organize it when I was in college. And I ran a startup for 3 years and work for a startup now. So I'm excited to hear all your pitches.
Yes, my name is Mushtaq Ali. I've been a professional for a long time. I've been working in finance most of the time. And I'm little familiar with, not little more than familiar with all the concept of the business and startup and things like that. I'm glad to judge you guys. I saw the prelims and your write-up. It's very interesting and little detail. I'm really excited to hear what you guys say. And hopefully, you put more serious attention and try to come out of it. Nice. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, everyone. My name is Umair. Currently a recent grad from Rutgers, working for a financial technology company out in San Francisco. Really excited to kind of hear about your business venture. I've been judging for about two Miss competitions now, so this is my third one doing business venture. Looking forward to seeing what you guys have.
All right, thank you so much from our judges. And are there any more questions before we begin?
Yeah, like so me and my partner, we made a slide, we made a Google Slides. So are we allowed to share our screen to present it?
Exactly. You'll be allowed to share your screen and just kind of go through the presentation as if you're pitching your business idea.
And are you guys, are the judges going to ask us questions and we answer them?
Yeah, so you'll first be able to go through your presentation, explain all that you want to explain, and after that, the judges will have a few minutes to ask any questions, make any comments, give any feedback, any ideas. All right, any other questions?
No.
Okay, great. So would anyone like to volunteer to go first? We have 2 teams here.
We could go first.
Okay, great. So you guys can go ahead and share your screen. Let me just make sure that everyone can share. All right, so you should be able to share now. Go ahead and get started.
You can see my screen, correct?
Mhm.
All right, just 1 second. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Sidain Siddiqui.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Akib Chaudhry.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Rayan Afzal.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Shafi Siddiqui.
What is Revert? Revert is a learning app designed specifically for new reverts and people who want to get into Islam. Nowadays, it's hard to find someone who can guide you, whether it be due to COVID or other real-world matters, and especially online, where it's just a vast ocean of information waiting for you to sink in. That's where Revert comes in. We turn that vast ocean into a pool of curated material just for these new reverts and Muslims.
So there are 100,000 plus reverts per year, and these reverts need someone or something to help guide them, and this is where our app comes in play. So this is a poll that we conducted to masjids, MSAs, YMs, and reverts around us. And on the left, it shows that 90% of reverts, whether they are just beginning their journey in Islam or if they've already started their journey in Islam, feel that they will always be at a learning disadvantage. And on the right, it shows that 100% of the masjids, MSAs, YMs that we went to believe that an app like ours would be extremely beneficial to new Muslims and people that are just curious about Islam. So what do these numbers tell us? These numbers show us that reverts need help, and our app is the solution.
The thing that sets us apart from other applications and websites is that we are tailored for our users. It is everything that they want and need. If you were to look at other websites currently, it might be easy for us as experienced Muslims to navigate and find what we want to look for. But for new beginners, it can be complicated and puzzling. We get rid of that digging and searching that they might have to do and allow our users to have everything they need in a clean, formatted manner.
So our app has a very simple business process. There's only 2 steps. The first step is you have to download the app using Google Store or App Store on your smartphone device. The second step is you just search up whatever you want to learn. So say you want to learn how to pray. You search that up on our app, and our app will give you the necessary steps in order to complete full prayer. Another example would be, say you want to learn about prophets. You download the app and search prophets onto our website. Then you can select the prophet that you want to learn about, and you can and you'll see a condensed story from us that will allow you to read, learn, and actually take in on their amazing accomplishments and lives.
So one of our marketing tactics was going to local masjids, YMs, and MSAs. We basically wanted to introduce our app to people who understood our purpose, because they themselves would understand that an app designed as a friendly experience for reverts was an appropriate idea. Besides the local aspect of our marketing tactics, we wanted to indulge into social media and advertising, and as a result, further broaden our audience. Ultimately, we hope to make Revert something international, and our marketing tactics should bring us to that.
How we make money. The way Revert makes money is through ad revenue. Apps on the Google Play Store and App Store can easily obtain ads through parties like AdSense, AdX, or other programs. For social media and apps, ad revenue is the main carrying force on how they make money. So to give an example on how exactly we would make money, I want you to think about using our app and opening up a page on the 5 pillars of Islam, then clicking on Hajj or any other pillar of Islam. When you're doing this, you're interacting with our app and generating page views. And each time our users have these consecutive page views, they're looking at more ads, generating more ad revenue for us overall.
With our app Revert, new converts can learn the ways of Islam. For example, new reverts can know how to put on a hijab correctly with the steps we provide on our app, as well as knowing the background information, as well as the purpose of a hijab. Also, reverts can learn and understand the Holy Quran with proper tajweed, and we will also have multiple languages for our international users in the upcoming years. So our budget for Revert is $25,000. With that, we start with development 1. With development, we will start improving our user interface. Number 2 is reinvesting. With reinvesting, we will keep reinvesting our money back into the app to make it safer and a better app. Number 3 is managing. With managing, we will hire a financial advisor. With that, we will not overpay nor overspend on our app. We will keep track on our budget. And finally, number 4 is promoting. With promoting, we will pitch our app to other Muslim influencers as well as Muslim apps. That way we can promote better our app as one.
So this pie chart is an accurate representation of how we will utilize our revenue with cost and profit, but most importantly, this graph shows the long-term growth of Revert, which shows the estimated numbers that we've calculated based on page views. Even though the chart shows up to 2023, we are confident that further years will only continue to grow. In other words, we're confident that Revert will be a relevant thing in the future.
So how does Revert incorporate the Miss 2021 theme? The theme for Miss 2021 was the character of community healing together as one. Our app Revert links perfectly with this theme because we are all about communities. We want to help our new brothers and sisters in Islam and guide them and help them to the right path. It also affects communities as a whole because it allows us to share correct information on the religion of Islam, as nowadays the media portrays Muslims and Islam as something bad. Our app helps new Muslims and people who are curious about Islam, which binds us together like a community, ultimately healing together as one.
Thank you. This has been our Miss 2021 Business Venture Project, and we will now take any questions that the judges may have.
Who is going first?
You can go ahead.
All right, Alhamdulillah, thank you so much. Appreciate your time and effort. This looks very interesting. Not only very interesting, I see it's a lot of synergy among you folks, 4 of you, and I believe they're all sincerely motivated and talented. And at the outset, it looks like a very clean plan, and you have thought about a lot of stuff. And looks like you walk through the walk of at least at the planning level. And obviously, it's a doable plan, given that it's a community focused, and also there are not much competition and things like that. Obviously, like you're right. You're very you're the idea and the concept is it necessary, not only necessary, it's really focused within your own domain, your own access. So in that perspective, you have a lot of potential for these things. So having said that, the important thing about it, at the end of the day, this is a business, right? Just a business, nothing else. No if, buts, nothing. It doesn't matter whether you serve poor or rich, or you're very dedicated to Islam and the cause and community. Business needs its own 4 wheels, right? So in that perspective, you have to be a little careful about all the stuff. So I have a few questions to ask, and I do see that you have done a very good homework at this. Number one, you're all high school students, right?
Yes.
And you can turn on your mic, all of you, and all of you are skilled in different level, right? So what are the kind of a variety of skills you bring? Like, let's say you're all friends, first of all, right?
Yes.
That helps, obviously, and obviously you're all open to each other and you can discuss these things. So what kind of a broader skills you bring? Like let's ask one thing. How did you get motivated with this one? Give me the origin, the spark.
I mean, we were thinking about business venture projects, and since COVID hit and everything's like online, and during COVID, I was obviously talk on social media a lot, and I was met with this friend who wanted to learn about Islam, and then I had to search for myself and give them information, and like basically the app process of like curating information. And then when we thought about an idea, we were just brainstorming, and then that's what came to mind.
All right, very good. And who is the face of? I like all of you are working equally good, but is there anyone who's especially the face of the project, or nothing like that? This is just a question, Do you work that way? What kind of a modality you all cooperate? Equal partners and equal advisors?
Yes, I would say we're equal.
Okay, good, very good. So what are your technical skills among 4 of you, like special skills, so to say? Each one has to bring something, right? Not one person is a marketing or everyone is marketing, things like that. I mean, 1 + 1 = 2, that kind of a concept.
I can give you some of my skills.
Go ahead.
So I'm confident about the coding aspect of the app. I think I can do a lot regarding the UI and how that works, as well as communication with masjids, all the things that I listed. So that is one of my skills I'm confident.
Okay. So have you done anything before like this? I mean, in terms of
for programming? Yes, I've done projects on my own as like hobbies.
Yeah. Okay, good, very good. I mean, when it comes to startup, right? Even though you're so optimistic about it, the pessimism is what drives everything, basically, right? The reason is statistically speaking, out of 100, 99, 98 fails, basically, right? So it doesn't mean that you will fail or something, but you have to be conscious of what is the reality. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, but at the same time, you don't care what other people say, as long as you're strong about your belief and you give what it takes, you can really punch through all the stuff. Okay. So what about the others? Like just briefly, I'm just trying to see the breadth of the caliber among all of you.
And let's have everyone just give like a brief list of their skills.
Yeah.
So we can kind of get more information about this project.
I can give you some skills. I can help with the business aspect of the thing. I'm taking business classes in high school, and I plan to pursue it in college as well. So I can help with the business process and everything like that.
Okay, cool.
I can say something. Actually,
Right, go ahead.
okay, thank you. Like I was saying, I help my friend. I'm not to like boast, but just a thing. I would say if I were to do something, it would be curating information. Because I've been to private Islamic school, I have a Sunday school. I've also talked to many imams and been in like other after school activities. So I feel like if it were to come to curating information and gathering material and making sure it's correct, I feel like I could do that.
Good, very good.
And I guess I'll go. I feel like I could brainstorm a lot. I usually am a planner guy. I plan before anything, and I usually have a strict plan I follow before I execute anything.
How are you doing time?
Oh.
We are okay, right? Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Sorry, go ahead. What'd you say?
Go ahead. Continue. Sorry. I just wanted to
I
know
was saying.
how are we doing time-wise? Fine.
Yeah, I think this could be like a last question and the other judges can ask questions.
Okay, so I have only a couple of questions. Let's break this because these things other judges also know about it, right? I want to know what are the risks. Like, you see, you no matter what, you have to plan your death, so to say. When it comes to business. So, what do you think? I know you are very optimistic and positive. What are the risks you see? What way things will unwind, so to say? Have you ever thought about it?
Yes. One risk, like a risk that could affect us, is for our starting year. Maybe our budget may be too low because if we need to advertise more, we'd have to spend money. And then for our first year, we're estimated around $60,000. So we just want to make sure that our startup year is good and everything goes as planned. Because like you were saying, starting a business, you have to think about the negatives also and thinking about if a business could fail or not. But we are confident in
All right.
getting through.
Thank you.
Did you run with anyone else on this one? Anyone outside of so far? Did you do a challenge test like you're doing it with me? Like, did you go to a person, ventures, and propose your idea, genuinely interested in giving the answers? This is my last question. Anyway.
Yes, we've pitched it to people who have done Miss Business Venture in the past, and people are experienced in business ventures. So we just pitched the idea to them, and they also reviewed it over with us, asked us questions, things that we can also review. So yeah, we have reviewed it with other people. Yes.
All right. Thank you. Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much. All the best. This seems to be a plan to me, and you guys have well thought about it. And no matter what, as they say in startup, failure itself is a success, so to say, right? And walking the walk is most important than even seeing the dollar or something like that, basically. All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
And we'll have any questions from our other judges, any comments, anything you wanted to mention?
Yeah, I have a couple of questions. Great job, guys. So I'm interested in your customer acquisition strategy. Is it just reverts? What if there's other Muslims who want to learn about it? Are you gatekeeping your community? What are your community guidelines? How are you kind of developing a niche market for this?
I can answer this one. Even though the target audience is for people who are converting to Islam, by all means, we allow people of Islam already can use the app for whatever questions they may have. They can just search it up on this app. And that's one of the things that we can do.
Okay, so if everyone can access it, then how are you going to try to maintain your value proposition? Meaning, how are you going to make sure that your product is still unique compared to other competitors in the market?
Because everyone can access it, it doesn't mean that we're gonna change it from our normal, typical like niche product. We're still gonna have it aimed specifically for beginners and people who want to get into Islam. But say if someone who already is a Muslim wants to download the app and learn about something that they didn't learn in the beginning, they can still do that. And that's how we would maintain our like individuality and uniqueness.
Okay, so let's say I'm the CEO of Muslim Pro or the Adhan app, and I see Revert taking off and getting all these users because for whatever reason, you guys are doing something great with your marketing strategy or whatnot. What's stopping me from launching a product that's specific to Reverts on my app, and I have a bunch of users already and a larger marketing budget than you? How are you going to defend against other incumbent competitors in this space?
If you mentioned Muslim Pro and another app like that,
Yeah, those are just examples. Yeah.
Examples of with those examples, if you think about it, it's adding to their already made app, but we'd be specifically for that. Like it'd be a part of their app, so it's like two in one. But we're just one like made specifically. I feel like our quality would be better if you were to compare us.
Okay, so walk me through that. Like, what's your secret sauce? Like, what are you guys doing that makes your quality so great,
Okay.
makes you guys so different? Just explain it to me.
Basically, I'll use an analogy. Like you were saying, they could add that to their apps. It'd be like two in one, like two in one shampoo. Like you have shampoo and conditioner, but we'd be just a conditioner. Like no one wants to use two in one. They want to use that specific individual thing.
Can you provide me any examples of product lines or any ideas that you guys might have thought through?
To add, we want to make the information as reliable as possible. So we're going to have curators, kind of like how Wikipedia works, where they all put their own information, and we'll have people confirming that information, making sure it is legit, and that'll be our sources. So we'll have essentially a giant database of information about Islam, all curated by people around the world, and also legit.
Another problem with these apps has been privacy concerns. There's been large data leaks and data being sold from Muslim people to government agencies. So do you guys have a plan in place for a data leak like that? Or have you considered that as a part of your marketing budget or financial budget?
You mentioned Muslim Pro. Muslim Pro is one of the apps that were involved in this leaking of information. They were, I'm pretty sure, they were doing it on their own accord, but because obviously apps can get money for selling data to these third-party companies, but our main plan is just to focus on our ad revenue, and that's our main source of income. And we don't plan on selling data at all because I don't think it was a data leak. They were just selling information on their own accord.
Okay, great. That's it for questions from me.
Thank you.
Cool. I'm just going to keep it brief because I know we've taken a bit for questions. So I just want to give you guys some tips for improvement first, and then we'll jump into a couple of questions. So first, really authentic idea. I think really like the concept, and I know what you guys are trying to do. So very nice job in telling a story of how you want to create an app for reverts. The second thing I would like to see is I would have liked to actually see a UI mockup, right? It's really easy to do that these days, to see what the actual flow of that application looks like. That would have been helpful for me to kind of understand, okay, how do I access specific type of information as a revert, right? Or as any consumer that's using your app. The second thing that I would also look into is, Gia touched upon this, and I think I was looking for a magic word. And I think one of you guys said it was curating of information, right? But how you guys differentiate yourself is going to be your content, right? It's going to be how what sources of information is that content coming from? How are you validating that content? and how is that content really strong or really, oriented towards the particular consumer, which in this case is the revert, right? So that was one thing that would love to just get your. I'll hear general thoughts about that later, but those are a couple improvement thoughts. One question that I had is that I saw that you had a huge ad spend, right, for customer acquisition. In the beginning, it's really hard to. Obviously, you have to spend a lot of money to get customers, but in this case, I wanted to know what your thoughts were on reaching out and doing a grassroots approach to acquiring some of these, Muslim reverts and some of these Muslim customers from just your local community center. So you can develop a community of reverts first instead of just, random Muslims. So give me your thoughts on that.
So like I was saying in one of the questions before, I was helping a person who wanted to come to Islam, basically a new revert. Basically, when we pitch our ideas to these masjids, these YMs, these MSAs, these public Muslim communities, and basically it's like a spread of word. When these Muslims that we've pitched it to meet someone who wants to learn about Islam, they'll have the knowledge of our app and they could just tell them to download it, or like imams can tell someone who comes in to download the app. Just like if
Cool.
I had the knowledge, I would have told my friend to download the app.
Got it. And that knowledge or that information would be there in your app, right?
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that content would be on your app, right? So
yes.
you have your team going through the specific content points and questions that reverts ask, and they're continuously improving on that content. Cool. So yeah, the other thing was that you had your revenue model on apps, on advertising, right? On views. Is there a reason why you chose the ad model for your application? There's a lot of other types of ways to monetize on your particular customer. So walk me through a little bit about why ads and how else you would typically try to monetize on these new reverts who are using your app.
So for the ads aspect of it, we've done the math for it, and depending on page views, if it's like a high amount, like 45,000, it does equate to a lot of money. But besides the ad aspect, we also want to create a service that you can pay, which removes that as if like a pro version. And that would also be a good source of money.
Got it. And a huge point of one other thought that came into my mind is a huge point of either being a convert or a revert is joining specific communities to share knowledge, right? So if you guys are creating an app, what's your perspective on utilizing this app to be more of a community driven approach versus just me going to it as a singular resource?
It was more of like when these individuals, like they learn, they're joining our community, they're learning about our community, and their community has proper knowledge, like said in this slide, how there's misinformation that might be spread about Muslims, how we might be seen as violent or something. But when these new people who have no knowledge or maybe the wrong knowledge about Islam, and they go on our app and they actually learn what Islam actually is, it just helps both communities in a positive way.
Got it. Cool. Yeah, that is it for my answers or my questions.
Thank you.
Well, Sarah, are we doing feedback in these sessions as well, or just questions, or after everyone presents?
Questions are good. I think feedback we can save for the end if we have time.
Okay, great.
All right. So if that's all from our judges, thank you so much for our first team presenting. It was great. And we will now be having the second team go up. So you can start sharing your PowerPoint. We'll just give the judges a minute to finish up their ballots and scoring. You can just get set up.
Okay, what is the team name? Sorry.
The team ID is HT1FO.
I don't see. Oh,
Just one moment, I'll try and find
Oh,
it.
I think something.
Let me try and find it for you.
I think
It's Z1 QLT, right?
Z1 QLT. That's what it shows here. Multiple people, right? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh yeah, Z1 QLT is the correct one.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Sorry.
We have a couple minutes to prepare.
Yep, you have a minute. Just let the judges like finish up their scoring and you can just go ahead.
Yeah, give us a few
Mhm.
minutes.
No problem.
The second team is 9B 4DB, right?
Yep, let me just confirm. I think so. 9B4BB, yes, that's the team ID.
Okay.
Oh, and did someone else have a question? I thought someone spoke.
We are ready when you guys are.
Okay, are the judges ready or you just need another minute?
Oh, one minute.
Okay, no problem. Take your time.
I'm done.
I'm ready whenever the competitors are.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. Umair, are you good?
You're on mute, Amir.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just submitting it right now.
Okay, great, no problem. So now can the other team go ahead? You can get started presenting.
Okay, I have, can I share my screen?
Yes, you can share your screen.
Assalamualaikum. We are Serviu. This is our video promotion. With just one click of
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. We are the CEOs of Serviu.
Something wrong?
Yep, are you having trouble setting it up or are you good?
you guys can't hear.
Yes, we can hear.
No, could you hear the video?
Yes, we could hear the video.
Okay. I'm just gonna open it in the actual app, so if I can just get a second.
Yep, no problem. Take your time.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, great. Go ahead and get started.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. We are the CEOs of ServeU.
ServeU is a non-profit organization created to assist in any delivery service you might need, with just one click of a button, whether you're on your phone, laptop, iPad, or another device.
We designed this organization specifically to help others out during this pandemic.
So how can we help?
Do you need help or assistance in service but there's no one around to assist? Well, that's where we come in. For example, say you need food, toilet paper, plates, clothes, whatever you need, we will help get it to you.
You can open our app or website and place an order. Any high school student or adult available in your area can accept the order and proceed after that.
In less than an hour, all your items shall be delivered directly to your doorstep or in your hands. Let's discuss the budget.
You will make a direct payment to the store with the items you ordered. Any driver available in your area will accept the order and go to pick it up. Anyone working will get paid.
Our company is targeting high school student employees. They have an option to either work and earn money, or they will have an opportunity to volunteer and earn community service hours.
As Muslims, we are encouraged to serve our community. We will be fundraising in mosques in different communities. We would love for you guys to invest in our company and help us grow.
And if you're in need,
We would love to serve you.
ServeU is a nonprofit organization, and we provide non-contact delivery services. We help high school students so they can earn community service hours, and we want to help you because we're here and we care.
Our marketing plan. ServeU can be reached through our website or app. The drivers would be high school students or adults, and we accept food stamps. We will rent out cars to give to our employees without a car. We can demonstrate our service using a family member or friend. Our marketing analysis. Our focus is on elders, the disabled, and people who have been affected by the virus. Instacart is one of our competitors. Think of ServeU as Uber grocery delivery. There is a current demand for our business.
Our financial plan. The customer pays for the service. We cover the cost of gas for our drivers if they use their personal vehicles. Drivers can also rent our cars with our business logo, which is a form of marketing for our company. We are looking for 3 investors to put down $50,000 each in exchange of 10% ownership. We would use the funds to cover the cost of our app, rent cars for our drivers, set up our business, and pay our employees. This is how we broke down our financial distribution. We would put 9.5 into our savings in case of an emergency and we need money. We would have 9.5% go to merchandise, for example, our logos, our uniforms for our employees, and any other advertisement. Our public representation would also help with advertisement. Our rental cars would take 23.8%, so we can actually rent the cars out and provide our employees with cars. And our wages would be 47.6% to pay our employees. Our project viability. Our largest competitor is Instacart. We're different because we focus on the needy and the elderly, and we deliver more than just groceries. Our risk factors are low-income families, elderlies that aren't able to afford necessities, or shortage of employees. Discussion. We're collecting donations from local mosques.
We encourage the Muslim community to be volunteer drivers.
And we are contacting high school students and Islamic schools to encourage them to use their community service hours with us as a Muslim-owned business. This is our logo, and thank you, and we would love to serve you.
Thank you so much for your presentation. And now I'm going to open the floor for our judges to ask any questions, make any comments. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll go first then. All right, Assalamu alaikum, everyone, both of you. It's a very nice concept and plan. And, as they say, it's a nick of the time, as a lot of people need this kind of help. So this seems to be a very, very attractive and practical business model. I have a few simple questions. I know that how old this concept is, like what stage are you in right now?
The question.
Yeah, what stage are you in right now? Are you in the planning stage, or what have you done so far, or are you just day one?
We are in our launching stage. We are waiting for possible investors to invest into our company, and we will launch it.
Okay. So the main question I have is, I know that you wanted to help elderly and whatnot, right? Why would they come to you? I mean, they can as well go to someone else, or like you said, Instacart, or this or that. There are other communities. So what makes them to come to you, although you want them to come to you?
So these are the people in need, or the people that are sick because of corona or other sicknesses or diseases they might have. And the reason that they would come to us is because our intentions of starting up this business is different than other intentions of other markets and businesses. So we made this company because we want to help people, especially since COVID-19 hit and everybody has to social distance, and they limited stores and people going out to help prevent the risk of corona spreading. And you know how corona is more likely to affect the elders. So we want to help them, and that was our intentions to make this company.
So obviously everyone wishes corona will go away. So what is your long-term plan for that?
So when corona goes away, we will still be here because we still want to help the people in need, whether they're old or not. But we also have made this company because since corona started, how people have been affected more and how there have been more losses and deaths in people's family. And now there may be elders living by themselves, not being able to support themselves and go out to get groceries and food for themselves.
Okay. All right. The second question I have is, I know you have specifically constrained your business to high school students, right? That's what I thought about it. Obviously, they all in school. So how are you going to serve people or operate during daytime? Assuming that 9 months kids are at the school. So they can participate only in the evening time or free time, things like that, basically.
My partner can answer the question.
He's in mute.
Okay, I'll answer.
Okay.
So basically, ever since COVID happened, places have shut down. So high school students have lost the opportunity in most places to earn community service hours. And we are here to help them. So if they wanted to volunteer, they can earn community service hours by coming to us and being a volunteer and going to stores and helping us with deliveries.
So what is your customer acquisition strategy? Like, how are you going to acquire people? Like there are a lot of elderly people all over the place. So how are, obviously it starts with the marketing and, flooding information and things like that. But how are you going to scale your customer base?
So we would try and go to masajids and any Muslim areas out there and help to fundraise our company and build it up. And we would also go to like group homes or places that local elders live in.
So as a business, why are you limiting to only Muslims?
No, we aren't limited to only Muslims. We are a Muslim company, so
Okay.
we would go to massages to help fundraise our company.
Okay. That's good. So what is your, what are the thing, did you think about any of your risk plan and, strategies, how long this is going to continue or what will it take for another year? And, some of the, thought about for the coming years.
So we are a nonprofit organization, and we are looking for investors to help start up our business.
Mhm.
And then we will take any other money that we earn
Mhm.
and put it towards helping our company grow even larger.
Mhm.
And that's it.
See, as you know, this business has a lot of operational, what do you call, finance, obviously, right? Drivers and things like that. And obviously, operation risk is also there, right? People may not come and go, these, that, and all this kind of a thing. Do you have any strategies for those things, backup plan B or things like that? Obviously, you're not a big company to start with. So these are all the things you have to face because these are all cost hard money rather than anything else,
Yes. So we would have multiple multiple workers go. And to prevent risks, especially sicknesses, we would have all of our employees wear masks and maintain the 6 foot distancing. That's why we are also doing non-contact deliveries to protect not just our customers, but also our employees.
Okay. Thank you, Alhamdulillah. Very nice. And wish you good luck. Hopefully, we'll get to hear your, operations. Thank you.
Thank you. And now any of the other judges, Gia or Mary, have questions? Go ahead.
I can go next. So you guys said you're a nonprofit, but there's a pretty heavy investment in order to make this project happen. So how are you going to return funds to your investors or make sure that the operation is sustainable?
Does anyone take this?
Brother Abbas, you're on mute.
Okay, I'll take the question. May you just restate the question again?
Yep, no problem. Just take a minute to get.
I think he's having technical difficulties.
Okay, let me see if I can unmute him. If not, he can try leaving the Zoom and then joining again. And then if you have any other questions, the judges, you can just ask them in the meantime and we can get back and hear his answer.
Okay, I'm sorry. You can restate your question or repeat it.
Sure. Do you want me to ask a different one while he is figuring it out?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, I can ask a different one. All right. So one of on your business plan, you guys said you're going to deliver any kind of products, but you also mentioned that Instacart is a competitor. So can you tell me, is it specific products that you're looking at, or is it anything people can order whatever they want? Is it just grocery?
So that also makes us different as how Instacart and Uber grocery delivery, they will take only stuff like groceries to your house, but we would do any types of products. Like if you wanted to get food, or if you wanted to get makeup and plates and spoons, or if you're having a party and you needed somebody to go pick up your clothes from like the cleaners or something, we would help in any way possible.
Thank you. And also, sorry to interrupt, if your other team member wants to respond to a question, he's not able to speak, he can definitely just type something in the chat and I'll read it out for the judges to hear.
Okay. So we do have, me and Erdoza, we do have our certain skills, and that's what makes our team unique because we're both good at different things, and then us combined together just makes us a stronger team. So my skills would be I love organizing stuff and managing and directing stuff. I'm always making sure that everybody's on task and everything's okay with everybody. I love helping, not to like show off, but like I love having the intention to help people and see the people's smiles on their faces when they receive help, and when they know that there's somebody there that could actually help them and somebody that actually cares about them. And then um, he is an analytical person. He's able to understand what's going on with the business and solving problems. We are both, alhamdulillah, mashallah, we are both very good in math. So the whole marketing analysis part and financial part and distribution of it, we both, just us combining just makes like a good team.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome. Yeah. I just have a couple of quick questions. So just to backpack up what Gia said, Instacart's there, all these other big players are doing same day delivery services. A good question to ask is how are you going to kind of just develop trust with these elderly people in the community? That's going to be a major part in how you strengthen your service, right? So tell me a little bit about how you think about building trust with your customers.
So we would help by advertising our businesses and making sure that people know that we're not here because we just want to earn a quick buck and go on the run. We're here because we actually care about them and we want to help, especially through the rough times if they don't have anybody around them. Or we could help like a local community and then maybe they could help advertise us or help us grow more. Like we could go to a group home or a homeless shelter, and if they're low on supplies and they can't leave the people there by themselves, we could go and get the orders for them and bring it to them. We can bring them food, we can bring them clothes, pillows, blankets, and help them thrive. And then that could help our community enlarge and our business grow.
Awesome. Good answer. Yeah, it's the custom service that you're going to give to them, right? That you're going to have that personal relationship, right? Cool. That covers it for my questions.
Okay, any last feedback? And if Idrissa wanted to say something, he can definitely just drop that in the chat. Anything else from the judges for right now?
I think it doesn't technical difficulties. I don't think he can even hear us.
All right. Well, we appreciate your time and his coming here as well and presenting. So if not, then I'll just give the judges a minute to finish up their ballot. And then would you like to receive like any feedback from the judges? Anything like that?
Sure, I'm fine.
Okay, no problem. They can give feedback now.
Okay, cool.
Oh, for any of this, sorry, this is for any of the teams. You can just give general feedback.
All right, I'll go first real quick. Good job, everybody. So for Team Reaver, I'll start with you guys. Just make sure you have like product lines and specific examples. I think you guys did great with your storytelling and your slide, but when it came to like Q&A, you guys had a difficult time answering the questions. So if anything, you can prepare by having like appendix slides in the back or thinking about other ways that questions can be asked or having like examples. So that's one way to do it. I think you guys got the closest when you talked about like the curators for the information. That's like something that's unique that other apps aren't doing. So I would have loved to hear more about that or see more ideas in line with that. For Revert, it's a great first attempt and first iteration. I think spend more time thinking about different business concepts when you're building out your project. So things like market analysis, target market, competitor analysis, things like that. That will really help you clean up your business pitch and your business idea. And when you're asking yourself those questions, you have a better way of kind of coming up with a strong game plan, and that'll really help you out. But good job to both teams.
Thank you.
When are you guys gonna announce? So, if You got, I'm sorry. So what do you guys choose one team to win and then we move on to nationals?
Yes, so the details about nationals will be shared later. We're working on figuring out who will be able to place for nationals, but your rankings for today will be announced at awards. I think awards should be at 4 p.m. today, EST.
Okay.
Yep. Any other feedback from the judges? Okay, thank you so much then for your time. Make sure to, we now are having in a break for her right now, and right after that will be short film. So make sure to go ahead and watch that. Thank you all for your time, and thank you to the judges as well. Assalamu alaikum and good luck with the rest of your weekend.
Assalamu alaikum.
Really,
Thank you
really
so
quick
much.
question.
Oh, yeah.
The business venture, this team that just went was 5L5 1Q, correct?
Let me just confirm. They were, and no, 5L5 1Q did not participate.
Ooh, okay. I submitted the wrong one. Here, let me.
Okay, no problem. So you submitted the last team under 5L5.
Okay. Got it. So the last team that went was 9B4DB, correct?
No worries. We'll take care of that.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much then. Assalamu alaikum, everyone.
I'm
Assalamu alaikum.